Hello, Mitali ma'am, can we start?
Yeah, sorry, I just started. I think it was not clear. Yeah, now can you hear me?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so good afternoon, teachers. Today we'll be starting with a very interesting topic to cover. It is about how to integrate nature and STEM. So STEM, basically, I'll be giving you an insight into what STEM means and how do we go about it. And as you can see, we are literally, I am right here in the Nilgiris, uh, in the nature, and I'm conducting the workshops. It's just a great feeling for me from here, and the topic also quite aligns with the place where I am. So we are going to start, and let me just yeah. Oops, sorry, 1 minute. Yeah. So first we are going to do is an icebreaker thing. So now most of you who have been attending my workshops, you all know that what we do is basically I start off every workshop with an icebreaker. So here this is something which you in the classroom you can do, and you can also do it. You can tell the parents to do it at home, where you want the children to be aware of nature, because since we all live in a concrete jungle, this is where we get a chance to explain to the children also that what how important nature is for us. Okay, so the objective is firstly basically to engage them, like when you do it in the classroom. Here I'll be doing it with you all. So, and to explore, encourage sensory exploration, because we need that for preschool. It is a mandate kind of a thing where you have to use your sensory exploration, and also demonstrate how simple natural materials are there. They can spark meaningful learning in the preschool classrooms. All this is how we are going to do it. So what we are going to do is, the quick activity is, I want you all to get start thinking like a curious child. You have 1 minute to find and bring any one natural object around you. I don't want you all to go around. You can look around and just write it in the chat box. Like, it could be anything that you see around you. Like if there's a flower pot in your living room, in your classroom, in your desk, wherever, your wooden desk which you sit on, the table in the classroom. If it's made of wood, it is made of nature. So something like that. These are objects that we are going to show. Okay? So I am giving you all 1 minute, and I'm also going on the. And just bear with me today. There's a little issue with the laptop, so I will be switching from Zoom browser to the workshop. But please, I mean, to the PPT. But just bear with me. But I want you all to find or write down any one object that you see, natural object. It has to be natural object that you see around you. Yeah. So I'm here on the screen. I want to see in the chat box. Come on, teachers. Or else, I don't think there is some issue with my this thing. What we can do is, you can unmute also if you want, and write down and tell me any one object quickly. Come on. Please unmute yourselves, teacher, one by one. Like for me right now, I can see around me anything that is used as a window pane, which has a wooden pane. So that is a natural object. Anything else that you can see, teachers? Okay, I guess you guys are not keen for this nature hunt. That's absolutely okay. You can make your children in the classroom do it. So
They
this
are
will
putting in
be
the
in.
chat box, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay, 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 okay. Thanks. Great. Yeah, yeah. I'll just have a look. Yeah, tree, leaf, great, great, great. So now, what purpose does this thing, serve? Thank you, teachers. I couldn't see the chat box because of some technical problems that I'm facing here. But let me just show you, why do you think we did this? So these are the further questions that you can ask the children also in the classroom, that what did you find first and foremost. So they are understanding the object. They are understanding, like, okay, I found a flower, or I found a twig in the classroom, whatever, that way. So if that comes, then you ask them about the texture. So they are using their sensory, senses, like, whether it's the touch, like, okay, this is smooth, I found a pebble, it is little smooth from the top, or the rock which is little rough, anything that way. Then we go across that how you can ask them, like, what else things that you can come up with, or how can we use this particular object rather than wasting it. You won't believe it, teachers, the children will come up with amazing ideas. Now, how could a preschooler explore or learn from this object is what you have to think. If you come across that the children find few pebbles, for example, so like you see, you give them some outdoor play, you tell them to find anything that is of that is a natural project object. You give them, they'll get, some children, like five children get a twig, some few children get, I think, say children get some pebbles. So now you can do different activities using these objects. How? For example, if we have the twigs, so the twigs, can the teacher can line up the twigs, and can decide, they can measure it, which is the longest, which is the shortest. They can put it as per the height, as per the length. They can also use it for counting. The twigs can be used, and it can also be used for the twigs and pebbles. So more, that is more or less, because we have five twigs and we have three pebbles. Then more we go ahead, we can do about is with this, that uh, flowers. If somebody has got a flower, so we can, make them touch the petals and see how soft or smooth it is. So we can use it for so many different things. Now, if you're doing a flower, you can tell them it starts with which letter. So we have English also into it. So many things come up with that. So this is how you can design an entire classroom activity, sorry, based on this particular topic. Like one activity you can come up with, okay, come on, trace the twigs today, trace the pebbles. So you're giving them that, a crayon or something, and they're tracing it. So we can give that. We can tell them to now make something out of those twigs. You can give them ice cream sticks later on, tell them to, come up with shapes. Like if there are five twigs, so let them make a triangle. So how many twigs do we need? Three twigs do we need? So this way we can do so many things. The moment, see, it is not that, uh, you teachers your teachers are already doing so much in the classroom. This is something which will just help you in a way of, and it will naturally come to you. You don't need to follow any book or any rule book of, okay, I found twigs, so I have to ask them questions related to the to shapes, or questions related to math. No, you can do whatever you want to do, because you know the children the best. Okay, so, and the purpose was basically to get you all moving, engaged, like, okay, when the children come in, or you give them a little bit outdoor and you want to start another topic, or you want something, a STEM related activities coming in, you can do that way. It demonstrates, how everyday natural objects can become STEM learning tools. I know there is a lot of STEM coming in my thing. I am going to tell you in detail about STEM. And it encourages creative thinking and reflective practice. Creative thinking is that they'll be thinking out of the box, then they will out of the box. And reflective practice is that they will be understanding from what, you know, okay, we got this, so this is the purpose of it. So, for example, come on, let me continue with the twig only. If we are taking the twig, so now when you want to use it for different aspects, they will be understanding it. For reflective practice, now what I'll do when I'm explaining STEM, you will automatically understand what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so your example here, for example, ये काफी सारे, like, you got a leaf. So leaf, you are doing math with them, counting, sorting. Science, you can do photosynthesis. Seasons hai, so different colors of the leaf that happen. You can tell them, see, on the trees we have green. When they fall down, by the time they are down, they are brown in color. Fruit you can do. So it's literacy, like F for fruit you can do. They let them taste it, let them enjoy it. Taste, smell, senses. We are giving them that. lesson in that. We have a rock, so what is the texture? Does it sink or float? You can do several activities. See, just basically in three basic topics that are easily found around you, you can do so many concepts with them. Yeah. Now I will start with STEM. So STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. I know technology, engineering are like, those heavy words. Why would preschool children need it? No, it is just to, you know, train their brains in such a way that these things automatically they start understanding these things better when they are exposed to it.
Hello, Mitali ma'am. Hello. Hello. Hello, Mitali ma'am, can you hear us?
Yes, we are able to hear you.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I'm just asking for the trainer, ma'am. Hello, Mitali ma'am. Hello, everybody. Just wait for a moment. Let me just. Yeah, just hold on a minute. Maybe there was some network issue. Mitali ma'am, can you hear us now? Yeah, just hold on, everybody. Hello.
Teachers, I'm so sorry. Can you all hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We
So
can hear
sorry, so
you.
sorry. I didn't know this was causing. From which screen did you all did we do this? Did we complete this? I From which screen did we complete this screen? This slide?
No, ma'am. No, we haven't.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Got it. Yeah, so we did the last, right? This was the last thing that we did, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let me just go ahead. Sorry. So the thing is that I did give you, 1 minute, and many teachers did write about it. Okay. Now,
Ma'am, we can't see your screen also actually.
screen you can't see. Just a moment. Just a moment. I'm so sorry. What is happening today? I don't know. 1 minute. Let me just share the entire screen. Now, can you see it? I'll keep my camera off
Yes.
for the network
Yeah.
issues. I think it's taking a lot of load.
I will say so.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. I can't saw
I
you.
got it, your screen, ma'am.
You can see the
Now we
screen.
can see.
Yeah, it's
Now we can
visible,
see the
ma'am. It's
Yes,
screen.
ma'am. Yes,
visible.
ma'am. Now.
Mitali ma'am, we can see the screen now. You can continue, please. Hello, Mitali ma'am.
Somebody muted me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. If you want, I can share the screen for you. So maybe it will be better for you.
But then
Yes, ma'am.
how will we change the? Okay, yeah, please share it and make me the
I
host
will,
so I can see the
yeah.
screen.
Yes, just give me a moment.
Yeah,
You can stop sharing, ma'am.
yeah, I'll do that. 1 minute.
Yeah, I hope everybody can see the screen, right?
Yes, ma'am, we can see, ma'am. I can see it from here.
Just let me know, ma'am, which part you want. So I'll go to that.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Pooja, ma'am. So yeah,
Which
nature at home, and we can go
just
to the
hold.
next slide. Yeah, slide 5.
Just a moment.
Yeah.
I will share a new screen so all of you can see it clearly. Yeah. So this one you want?
Slide 5. Yeah.
This one, ma'am?
This will do. Next one, ma'am.
Just a moment. Yeah.
I won't be able to do it from my end, na, now. The
No.
change the slides. No, na.
Yes.
Okay.
You just let me
Okay.
know. I will help you with that.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Then I'll try to turn on the screen also so the teachers can see me. Okay, so we did this nature at home, a hunt at home. Of course, you teachers did send me in the chat box. You did send, like you found a tree, you can see a flower, you can see different things. The same things you can ask the children also to do it, and what you can ask these particular questions to them. The very first is, what did you find? So we know that they are using their vocabulary accordingly. Then we know that like they are understanding things, they are learning different aspects. Okay, so I found a flower, then they'll come and they'll tell you they found a stick. So you can tell them it is also called a twig, a small stick, a small twig that falls off from the branch, and this is what it from the tree, and this is called a twig. So they are learning
Mm.
new words as well. Then we have that what's the texture it's like. So you're using the sensory they are having that sensory awareness about it. So like, yeah, it is smooth, it is rough, it is soft. How is it? For this now, based on this particular thing, you can come up with a variety of activities. For example, for even when we talk about a twig, you can say that, okay, you have 10 children in the classroom, 5 of them you give them some outdoor time, go and explore around in the lawn, get few things that are natural. So 5 children get twigs, 3 get some small pebbles, and 2 gets flowers. So you can, based on this, you can do so many different activities. Let me give you just a quick example of that. Five children are there, so you can collect those twigs from them. You can set it up and ask them, okay, so these five twigs, let us set it up as per its length. So which is the tallest, which is the shortest. They are learning that concept. Then we can also do it that we can do more or less. Like, okay, the twigs are more and the pebbles are less. Yeah, because five twigs, three pebbles. We can also do counting. We can also tell them the twig starts with the sound T, like it is the letter T that it starts with. Pebble starts with P. You can also tell them that, okay, pebbles are there. So small ones are called pebbles, little bigger ones are called stones, the more bigger ones are called rocks. So they are learning different words also. Their vocabulary is getting enriched. Then we also go ahead and we have one more topic, which will we can do is we can use shapes. For example, we have five twigs. We can do, let's do a triangle. Let's make a triangle with the help of these twigs. So they can use these twigs and they say that, okay, there are three twigs that were needed to make the triangle. So that way they understand the triangle has three sides. Got it? So you can do so many different activities. You can also do sensory exploration, like, the twigs, feel the texture of the twigs and how is it, feel the texture of the pebbles. Some pebbles might be smooth, they have a smooth surface. Some pebble might have a little rough surface. So let's touch the flower, the petals of the flower. They are soft, they are delicate. You can see the different parts of the flowers. So many different topics, and these are the topics that just came to my mind while doing the workshop. So the teachers, since you are already teaching the children, just imagine it will be very easy for you all to do these topics. Okay. Pooja ma'am, next slide, please. Uh,
Yes, ma'am, I have changed.
okay. No, it's not got uploaded here. Okay, yeah. So what is the purpose of these small activities if you want to do? So we want them to start thinking how I asked you all and you all started even little bit thinking about in that direction and you started writing it. Got it? Then we have how it demonstrates how everyday natural objects can become STEM learning tools. I know STEM is coming quite a lot. I will be explaining it to you right next after this slide. So we are going to talk about that how it helps in that. For the twig example only, if I tell you, no, let me do it with that thing. It helps in creative thinking and of course reflective practice. Both of these things you'll understand when I'm discussing about the STEM and what is it like. Yes. Yes. Next slide, please.
Yes, ma'am, it's done.
Yeah. 1 minute. Yes. So now these are the few tips that we have. For example, if a child has got a leaf, how can you do that? How can you use different topics for it? Like, for leaf, you can do it, like math, like counting, you can do sorting of leaves, you can do when it comes to science, you can talk about the photosynthesis, you can talk about the seasons also. When we talk about fruits, we can talk about if a child has found a small fruit or something, or if you can see that, okay, the child says that, yeah, we can see fruits, we get fruits from the nature. So what is it? F for fruit. You can make them taste that fruit and they can understand the taste, the smell of that fruit. They understand the nutritional value of that. So that's what it comes. Then we have if a child finds a rock or a pebble, as I said, so they go for the textures. They can explore the textures, as I said. Then we can do sink and float activity with them, size sorting. So many different things can happen with one particular object. Yes. So that is how we integrate STEM into with nature, and we'll go more ahead with it. Yes, ma'am. Hmm. So what does STEM mean? So STEM stands for science, T for technology, E for engineering, M for mathematics. Now we all would say that, okay, these four, engineering, technology, why do we need it for why do we actually need it for our So why do we actually need it for our, for preschool children? Technology, engineering, it is not, that needed. But no, we are trying to make the children learn the way how we are supposed to start thinking at different when they learn different topics. So this is like channelizing their brain in understanding when these technology, engineering, and as they grow up, when they come across these concepts and they learn about it, so their brain is already functioning in that way where it becomes easier for them to understand. Yes. So, and there is also one more thing that has now come up is STEM. STEAM, sorry, this is STEM. There is also STEAM that has come up, that is science, technology, engineering, arts. A stands for arts in that, and M is for mathematics. So we also inculcate. So basically, it's an holistic development for the children where all the other concepts and topics are covered. Yes. So next, ma'am. Yeah, this is okay. You can go ahead. Go for the next one. Yeah. So STEM education, basically, why do we need it? It helps in building the foundation skills. See, अगर एक TWIC जैसा topic हमने लिया था, in that particular topic, if they are learning so many different things, just imagine they are not. It's hands-on for them. They have only explored that particular thing from the garden, and they've got it for us. So we are in teaching them that through the things that are found around you, you can learn different concepts, and so it becomes, it gets imbibed into their brains. It's an hands-on activity for them wherein they are involved totally, where there are more senses involved. Of course, it's going to be very easy for them to learn. Then it also helps them to be curious learners. We need that curiosity driven children where they want to do things, they want to invent things, they want to come up with new ideas, and this is what we want. And this is not through worksheets or screens that we want them to do. Most importantly, we want them to do is through play and discovery, where they come up with, like even basic things like leaves they are learning. Just imagine if a child is understanding that the leaves that are there on the tree are green, by the time they fall down they are brown. So just imagine we are half through. They are understanding the concept of the cycle of nature, they're understanding science, they're understanding so many things. Yes. So that's what we want, that's what we aim to achieve over here. Next, ma'am. Yeah, so now I have some examples. Of course, you all know my workshop. In our these workshops, you will have loads and loads of activities. Some may be overlapping, but these are few of the things that to just give you a better understanding of how do we involve these particular topics in preschool. So when it comes to science, of course, science is, we want the children to observe, to ask questions, to experiment, to explore that is there around them. So we can do this. I've put in some examples like mixing colors in water, watching seeds grow, exploring the weather. So these things you can do it. We had tried this in the classroom. We had done is watching seeds grow activity, wherein the children were given, we all the teacher and the children together, we planted a few seeds in different pots. Okay. And all the children would get, roll number wise, they would get a chance to pour water in those plants every day when they came to school. And together we saw, how slowly the sprouts came up. Then it was a small seedling, then it was started growing little bit. So from four, what we did, one grew but the rest didn't, but at least we understood the concept of how the seeds, how the plants grow, how does it happen, what does that happen. So you can also try that, since new academic year may be starting for many. So you can start that way. So it can be your group project, but really do it, like keep like few options, because if you keep only one plant or one seed or few seeds of in one pot, and if it doesn't grow, it will be a disappointment for the children and they will lose interest. So we don't want that. Then it is exploring the weather. So every day we can ask them during circle time, it's sunny today, it's raining today, it is cloudy today, it is that way. So
Yes,
that is what we can include in science. Next slide, please. Yeah, so these are the few things you can use. This I found it, and it looked, these are very interesting of how you want to explain the children, show it in the children with their thing. So when they are learning different colors, you can do it with these containers. Then we have how to see. So look on the first image, it shows the entire uh, cycle, like how the growth of the seed is, and it's in a transparent case, so wherein the children can also see how it grows. So you can definitely try that. And these are few bottles which I found, for sunny and for cloudy and all those, where you can show it to the children. We can make them do it and do it. Next, ma'am. Now, after science, we'll be coming to technology. So, yeah, just a moment. Yeah, Pooja, ma'am, next slide, please.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
made.
Ha,
I
ha.
think it's loading little. Yeah.
Okay, okay, no problem, no problem. Yeah, I thought I missed out on. Yeah. So now technology means using simple tools, like understanding. Most importantly, it is cause and effect. Key. If I do this particular thing, this is how it is going to result in, or this is how the effect is going to be. Using a magnifying glass, for example, playing with gears and pulleys. We have this toy which many children play, mechanics, which has nuts and bolts and everything. So I've seen children, putting things, and they try to make a forklift out of it. They try to make an excavator or tractor out of it. So these are the things that we need. Exploring balance with scales. So when we have these balance, so they can put the scales on it and they can do it this way. So this is what we need. So we can do, I have put across some images also, so we can see it in the next slide. Yeah. So they see, they are exploring. You just give them these magnifying glass and tell them to go in the outdoor area and let them explore. They will love it. I used to do this for in my classroom also when I used to teach, and I used to do it for my children as well. I would send them down in the building. I would give them this magnifying glass. I would give them a small flashlight in the evenings if we were going, and I would give them a small bucket or a box or anything that is there in the house, and I would tell them, go find something interesting what you see, but you're not going to pluck anything from the trees or on the plants. And they would look around and magnify glass, and we wanted only natural objects. So they would find, some different stuff, small twigs, some dry leaves, some petal, the dried petal, anything. It is little messy, but children love it, and please make them do it. Then see in the next image, you can see they are trying, that cause and effect of how to do it. They are doing that, okay, like I will pull the object from this rope and this is how it will come, different ways. Then we have science, like for example, hanger balance. This was very nice. I was not aware of this. You can use a hanger and make the balance thing, and which side is heavy, it will tilt. So that is also interesting. I liked that. Yeah. So now we have engineering. So this is the third thing, that is engineering. So now, how do we have engineering in preschool? It is more about building, creating, designing things, and of course, building means blocks. Blocks are the foundation of engineering, I would say. The children learn how things work, how to solve different problems. Like building bridges with blocks, designing a shelter for a toy animal, stacking up cups or boxes to make towers. You can do, these things. I have images in the next slide. I can show it to you and I can explain. So bridge we see like how they build, they are building. So now you have this point A, point B. Ask the children that there is water in middle, how will you cross that? So they have to use their brain constructively of how to use these blocks to build a bridge. Okay. Then we come up with, like you give them those animal plastic figurines that we have and tell them to, okay, come make some shelter for these, make a stable, make a shed for the cows. They can come, they have to use their own mind and construct it. Give them the resources, but don't guide them through that. Stacking cups, this is one interesting idea. You can give them different idea. And you can, for older kids, you can also give them playing cards, stacking up playing cards, which we used to play as children earlier. You can do when we were young. I used to play, of course, that stacking cards, banake, we used to make a tower that has so much of focus and requirement, like balancing and everything. So we come up with ideas. So this is what we want in engineering. This is how we can use engineering in uh, preschool. Now, when we come to mathematics, mathematics, we all know the concepts that we have. It is very clear, like what are concepts we need to, imbibe into them in preschool. Like sorting objects, hai, counting of seeds or beads comes up, creating patterns with leaves or blocks. All these things that come up, we have to keep doing that. So this is how math also comes into the picture, and of course math is very, very crucial, be it in any of these along with all the other subjects. So of course math we can do with all the object things that we get. I'll show it to you in the images that are there in the next slide. Yeah. So here we have, like for example, sorting of balls with colors. You can also do sorting of, if you have different sizes of the balls, you can do the big balls go in this basket, the small ones go in that. You can do it that way. Then we also have counting of seeds. These rajma beans that you have, these different things that we have. You can use all those seeds and sort those, moong le liya, thoda rajma ka beans le liya, थोड़ा चना का beans ले लिया, tell them to sort it, tell them to count in each box how it is, each container or a plate or anything, put it in, count and put it, patterns bana lo, sequencing kara do. So many, like with not only leaf patterns, but you can use it with these beans also that we get. So each bean ke upar humne ek, like first will one rajma will come, then one chana will come, then one moong will come, and follow the sequence, complete the pattern. And you can do it with those basic things that we find. So that is what is STEM for us. Now we will be going ahead with yeah. Before I do this, why is it important? Of course, see, and now you can understand it builds helps in building critical thinking. It helps in doing in creativity. Creativity is let's just not restrict creativity to art and craft. Creativity comes into all these things also because we want the children to think that way. It encourages teamwork, communication. Hai, they are discussing things, they are solving issues that they find. Okay, some child will come and say that, okay, this. Any particular issue they have, like they are not able to complete the bridge using these blocks. There is something missing. The bridge doesn't stand. It keeps crashing down. So these things will keep, they can keep discussing and they can keep doing it that way. And this is how it will help them through their communication, through their teamwork. It will help in problem solving, everything. So basically, it supports all the domains. Language, be it motor, be it cognitive, all the domains are focused when it comes to STEM based learning in preschool. Okay. So now next we are going to go ahead and we are going to do is, yes, Pooja ma'am, next slide, please. Yeah. Now, what is the importance of environmental awareness? Why do we want this environment also into the picture? Yeah. So, 1 minute. Let me just. See, environmental awareness is at this age, it is in this preschool age, is when the children are understanding their surrounding. They are getting an idea of their environment. What is it? How does it look like? What is, for example, when it comes to even the basic weather? Okay, so it's cold today, it's hot today, it's raining today. So they are understanding different aspects of our nature, our environment. So when it's hot, so because the sun is shining bright, so all these things that we want them to be aware of it. And why is it important is what we are going to tell you. So the next slide, please, Pooja ma'am. Yeah. So environmental awareness. Okay, so environmental awareness in preschool, it helps the children to understand, respect, and care for the nature. Okay, this is what we want them, because this is how we want them to be global citizens in the future. It encourages curiosity, observation, responsibility, and most importantly, empathy, because that is what is missing now in our, like, missing means slowly diminishing when it comes to nature, and we don't want that. We can be that uh, wants to do it with the children, like imbibe these things in the children. Yeah, so those things. Now, why it matters, of course, it is, young children are naturally curious about the surroundings. We want them to be more curious, we want them to understand the concept. I'll tell you a big example of what recently happened is, we went to a particular restaurant. I went with my children, and when they went there, we went for washing our hands, and there was this person before us. She just washed her hands and she forgot to turn off the tap. So there was running water, but she forgot to turn off the tap. Before I could also say anything, one of my child, he is like, "Ma'am, excuse me, auntie, you need to turn off the tap. You're wasting water." And it was what, like, this is what the schools have been doing with the children, of building these habits, where they are understanding these, respecting nature, being empathizing with our resources that we have. So this is what we want. We want them to be conscious about, like, eco conscious, what the term here is. So nature is a powerful teacher. It supports science inquiry, it supports language development, motor skills, and most importantly, emotional regulation. So this is what we want, and this is why we need it in the early years, because these habits needs to be imbibed that way. Yes. Yeah. Next up, please. Yeah. So learning through nature, it is, talking about seasons, weathers, animals. We are telling them about insects, different body parts of the insects, collecting leaves, planting seeds, teaching simple eco habits, as I mentioned, like switching off the lights when not in use, watering plants, reusing materials, all these things, not wasting water. All these things, they matter, these small things, what you imbibe into them, and is what works. Yes. Next up, please. Yeah, see, these are few things that you can keep up in your classroom. You can make it, and most of you might be doing it also. Along with the calendar, we can just have today's weather kind of a chart, wherein, here they have made a clock, the hand of a clock, and they've used it. We can just put up simple placards also, and just put, like, if it's sunny, the sunny placard will come up, or if it's rainy today, or it's snowing today, it is, both today, whatever it is. So we can do it this way with the help of that. Recycle, reduce, reuse, all that anyways comes into the picture. Yeah. So now we have classroom ideas that we can use in the with our children, and make them, become aware of the environment around us. So first is nature walks. We can make them do nature walks. Nature walk school grounds. Give them an assignment. Okay, when you go home, or when you go in the garden, in the play later in the day, you can spot any 5 types of leaves, but those leaves mandatory should be fallen down on the ground. Do not pluck leaves from the plants or the trees. So you can do that with the children. Dress up in green and talk about the trees, and why do we need trees. One thing you can do. You can do stories. There are amazing stories on, like the Earth book we have, the tiny seed. These stories also are very interesting when you want to make them aware of our surroundings or our nature. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So now here I have some hands-on nature activities which you can put in, and we'll go a little fast. I know there has been a lot of disturbances from my end, which I truly regret, and I apologize for. Begins because this is where I want you all to see the activities come into the picture. Yeah. So the very first thing. Yeah. Next slide, please. So hands-on activities, why we want them? We want them to be involved in it. We want them to know what they are doing, and understand the cause and effect of these activities. We want them to be to interact, keep it interactive, sensory-based activities. Leaves है, twigs है, pebbles, कुछ भी लाओ, उसमें हम how to integrate it is what we want through these hands-on activities. Yeah. Yes, yeah. Why it's effective. Now you will know multisensory. This particular term is multisensory, is when there are more than one senses involved in this process of learning. multi-sensory when many children maybe
Ma'am, I think your
you
voice is jaggering.
Hello, Mitali ma'am, we can't hear you. Everybody just give me a moment. Because of the rain, maybe she has some network issues. Just give me a moment. Let me just check. Hello. So um, just give us a moment, okay? So she's just re-logging in. So let us just check. Just a moment. There's some network issues at that place. Mitali ma'am, can you hear us now?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you. Give me a moment. What I've done is I've logged in from my phone, so I can just tell you, and you
Yeah,
can change the thing.
sure,
Yeah,
done.
I want. Yeah, just a moment, please.
Just a moment, everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We can start. I can. Yeah.
So this is the
So
screen you want, right?
yeah, this is what it is. You can go on with the next one also. You can do the next screen, ma'am.
This one, the hands-on.
Uh, yeah, why it's effective? No, the next one. Next after this. Yeah. So now I'm giving you all the topics. See, now we have different topics over here. Okay, teachers. For example, I've given you activities and what. How does it help in developing our skills also? So, wha- hmm. So like, see, what skills are we attaining to? Leaf rubbing. So if you are doing that, if you're giving them tracing of leaves, or if you are making, tracing the leaves, or keep the leaf on top of it, you keep a paper and you do this, um, coloring of leaves, and you get an idea. So they are doing their fine motor is coming into the picture, and we are also developing their observational skills. That what veins what veins are there on the leaves, how many thin lines come up, all those things. Seed sorting, we have do math. Mud kitchen play, like give them play, play doh bhi de do ya mud de do acha sa. So you can do that pretend play, sensory activities. Nature collage you should do it, teachers. It is super fun for the children, and also they will create their own ideas and come up with that this thing. So art, creativity, awareness. Sink or float with natural items are there. So all these things we can do. So this is how the skills are developed. This is what I'm trying to tell you. For classroom, see, you can keep a nature discovery table. Children can add leaves, feathers, stones, whatever they come. Weekly explore it through magnifying glass, touch, give them those 15 minutes in a week, that where they are only exploring that nature stable. You don't have to go overboard with ideas, but these are the few things that I came up. You can just put it up on once in a week and let the children explore, let them find things, let them use, how does a feather look when you do it in a magnifying glass. So these are the few, they can then slowly they can keep adding it up. Yeah, so that is there. Yes, ma'am. Next slide, please. So now we have this interactive group activity. Of course, I won't be going much into detail about it, but it is mostly basically like um, what we all as a classroom, as a unit of teachers and students can do together is build a mini garden. How I told you about that idea concept of planting a seed in the beginning of the year and see it grow throughout the year. So this way, so now we have, in this we need, the objective of course is responsibility, teaching them a responsibility and care for living things, developing observation, sequencing skills. I'll just tell you more about it as we go, but this is what our observation is. Now, what all things do we need? We are not, you all know in our workshops, the ideas that we give are not that you have to go overboard, or do not, or also should not pinch the pockets for anybody, be it parents, teachers, school, anybody. So the thing is, you need small pots or recycled containers, yogurt ke cups aate hai, those parcel cup bowls which we get. Then put some soil, seeds le lo. Seeds also, those, there's methi ke seeds, the fenugreek seeds, they grow very fast. चिली सीड्स भी है, वो भी बहुत फटाफट ग्रो होते हैं. यू कैन पुट दोज. वाटर बॉटल्स, स्प्रे बॉटल्स दो या वाटर बॉटल्स दो. Labels या craft sticks, just to put it, and a magnifying glass is optional. So this you all should do it together. Now, well, let the children choose a seed of their type. You can do, if there are, the class strength is more, then you can do, 2 or 3 planters. But this is the same thing, that you're building your own garden, little bit kind of thing. Do it on a spare tray or a cardboard sheet, wherein all the plants are together. Show them how to plant the seed and water it gently. Label each pot. You can do it individually, as I've written over here, with the child's name or the plant's name. Anything you can do, like if there are 3 plants, or if you're doing it individually. Place the plot spots near the sunlight and track the plant growth. Children can draw or photograph the changes whenever. So you can keep one spare worksheet, which you can give them periodically once in a month, for them to just track the growth. Yeah. So now, how is it connected to STEM? So we have, in science, we do plant life cycle. We are talking about them. We are teaching, what all things we need, and they are understanding that. When it comes to technology, they are using magnifying glass, they are using a spray bottle. So they are understanding, how does a spray bottle work. There is they press a lever, and the bottle, water is just sprayed out of that. Then we have engineering. We do engineering with engineering, like, understanding, the container, the structure, the drainage, how does it work. Math, measuring plant growth, like, they are understanding, like, earlier the plant was only like this half finger, like half of a finger. Now it is 1 finger full long. Then it is like my palm size long. They are understanding that way. So these are the STEM connections we get when we do build a garden. Next slide, please, ma'am. Yeah, see now this they have done it over here. You can do it in a different way as per your creativity, as per your feasibility teachers, whichever way you wish to do. But we can try to do it. Now, how to do it in the classroom, how to inculcate nature and STEM in the classroom. Okay, so yeah, ma'am. Next slide. Of course, see, as I mentioned, this is not as extra activities, but it is a part of the learning flow. So once you, as teachers also, when you get into that thing that if you're doing a particular topic on, say, on a butterfly, you will be doing STEM integrated topics, teaching them different aspects as well. So like, see, for example, these are some practical ideas. Math in nature walks, when you're doing a nature walk, how will you do? First, go outside, count the birds, count the leaves, flowers, compare which is big and the small trees, how many are there, which trees have round or long leaves. See, there is a worksheet or something, thing that in the next thing which you can give the children to put a tick on. Yeah, ma'am. Next slide. I'll just show them. Oh, yeah, it will come in the end. Sorry. So, STEM circle time when you're doing it, like what do you plan? What do plants need to grow? You can ask them. How can we protect the earth? And they will give you nice anecdotes and superb things. So we can do that. You can do some songs with them. You can do so many different activities. Uh, Set up centers, thematic, like theme related centers, like mini gardening center hai, थोड़ा recycling hai, like give them those plastic containers and all these ideas, and you can give them. Add science picture books into the reading corner where they can do things, sorting games they do. For daily reflections, let the children share what they've discovered, let them draw it, let them think about it during the day. Come up next day and add it into their journal. You can start a journal which you can do, or put it on display and let them add their ideas and draw it and stick it over there. You can just keep that into this, that it becomes a routine for them to think. How we want math for them to include math in everything, how we want phonics for them to include in everything that they do. We want this also in their thing to be there. How can you turn everyday materials into nature-based learning tools? These all things, teachers, you can think of these ideas and put it into your uh, your classroom activities, your daily activities. These are, if time would have permitted, I would have done it, more and discussed with you all teachers. But yeah, but since you can do these, you can think about these ideas and try to inculcate. Now, when it comes to nature and literacy, of course, literacy आया है, तो we want, nature related books डाल दो, vocabulary है. So now we are talking about the plant's life cycle. So they are learning the different parts of the plant also. Roots hai, what does it need, soil, stem hai, all these things that come. Numeracy hai to count the petals, measure the plant growth, all these which I told you earlier. Yeah, ma'am. Next one. Art with nature. So leaf rubbing, what I told you. Science inquiry, because plants, uh, plants hai, so what do plants need to grow? What happens when you don't water it? All these things. Huh. Yeah. So teachers, you can bring nature into learning centers, rotate these things. What I told you, this is just a summary of what I just mentioned. Next slide, please. Yeah. So these are some game ideas. I'm just going to give you a quick brush through. I won't take much of your time. For play school, you can do nature basket guessing games. You can do sound walk also with the children in the play school. Yeah, so they are understanding. Then for nursery, we are doing color hunt. We are doing, find something that is green in nature. Water play, that is, with leaves and flowers, like you can do with pebbles also. So twig will float or sink, pebble will float or sink. You can do this with nursery. They are understanding these concepts. For junior KG, of course, we have, sorting, sort by texture, size or color. We can do bingo. Of course, you know what is bingo. You can do hopscotch also for teaching them different concepts, like different vocab words for them. For senior KG, yes, ma'am. For senior KG, build a bug hotel, using twigs and bottle caps, shadow tracking game, measure and trace different shadows at different times of the day. That is fun. You can do it with animal figurines also, and the children really enjoy that. We have, of course, most of the teachers really get excited when phonics come into the picture. So I have tried to put in phonics with nature also. So for play school, we have, introduced letters, sounds with natural objects, like L is for leaf, S is for sun. So they are understanding it. For nursery, you can do nature sound bag. Children pick up a letter and match with the natural item. Nature ABC wall with actual leaves and twigs. So all that come up, you can do it in nursery. Then we have junior KG, you can do word wall, like leaf hai, tree hai. So they are learning different 3-letter, 4-letter words. Rhyming words are coming in, everything that comes into this. Now we have senior KG, we can do the nature's general and phonetic speaking. We can do that beginning sound, scavenger hunt, finding something that starts with B. They can do these things with them. They can include it. We can do it. So overall, teachers, I know it was. I have tried to put in as much as ideas and activities possible for all of you, and I would really. I would like to thank you all for being patient with me today because of some network issues. And thank you so much, teachers. If there are any doubts, you can definitely jot down in the chat box, and I will be answering to those doubts in the next class. Or you can definitely know how to reach to us. You can message it to us, or you can keep those listed with you, and we can do it in the next session. I can answer all your queries, ma'am. Okay, teachers. So overall, I have completed everything that we need. And anything else, then definitely in the next workshop, I will be clearing all your doubts.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Mitali, ma'am. Thanks for the conducting session. So all the participants, I just want to tell you one thing. Like we are going to have in the next session, okay, we are just trying to ensure.
done.
Mitali, ma'am, you can just keep on mute. Yeah. So in the next session, what we are going to do is we are going to just repeat some of the parts, like which are the activities and all those things were there in this. So we are going to repeat those things once again in the next session. Okay. Like maybe on the June 18th, the next session is there. And then you can, if you have any doubts, if you have anything, you can just ask. We are extremely sorry for the inconvenience which has occurred today because of the network issues, right? So in the next sessions, we are going to have all the questions, but still we are here to answer your questions. You can just put it in the chat box. So the next session is continuation of the same. So we are going to have any questions, anything related to this session also continued with the next session. Okay. Thank you everyone. Thanks for joining the session.
Hello, ma'am.
And yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I want your number, ma'am. Can you give the number? Can you share the number?
Ma'am, we have put it in the chat box, ma'am. Can you please check
Okay,
and
okay.
just send it again?
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
welcome,
thank you.
ma'am. Everybody, we have given our numbers in the chat box. Okay, we have given our mail ID. So if anybody has any doubt, if anybody has anything to ask, you can just get in touch with us on the same. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.